Hello, this is Javier coming at you with a quick tutorial here on how to ensure that your clients properly sign their initial disclosures. Now, this is very important for a couple of reasons, but primarily is because a lot of things cannot happen in the loan or mortgage process until your client actually signs their initial disclosures. We can't order an appraisal, we can't, there's a lot of things that will not happen until this takes place, and of course, we end up with a lot of delays. So when your trainer, when your processor tells you that the initial loan disclosures have gone out to the client, know that the only way we get them to them is via email. So when you are taking an application, a 1003, when you're in Lending QB, make sure that you always grab a good email address to expedite this process. So once again, this is how your clients are going to sign their initial disclosures, not how you, the agent, signs them, of course. Let's get started. First of all, what's going to happen is they're going to get an email. In this example, I'm the client. So I get an email from docs@docmagic.com telling me that the loan inquiry with Home Mortgage Alliance Corp, or HMAC, has been set up for me to read my initial disclosure invitation, as you see at the top. So what happens from here is quite simple. I'm the borrower, once again, so I'm going to click on the click here to consent link that you see in the middle of the screen. Once I do that, it's going to bring me here. It's going to go ahead and validate to make sure that the borrower is the borrower. So it's got the email address, loan number. It's going to ask for the last 4 digits of your borrower to make sure that he or she has that, and then it's going to ask for a viewing code. The viewing code is simply found below the field where you're going to input it. In this example, it's 6728. Then they simply continue by clicking on the continue to next step. Now, before this screen, they're going to have one other screen where it's going to ask them to type in their name. And what it's going to do, it's going to go ahead and convert it into a signature/cursive version of their name, which will be their electronic signature. You can kind of see towards the bottom of the screen. I did that on mine already, and this is what mine looks like. Everywhere they sign, there's a date and a timestamp on it as well. Now on the left-hand side, you're going to see all of the pages that will eventually require a signature or initials. And you'll know that as your client has moved forward in the process, you get green check marks. That's a good thing. So as you can see on the left-hand side, all the pages are listed. Not all of them are going to require a signature or initials, but they have to be there. And so as you can see here, as I get to my first, one of my pages that I haven't signed yet, there's a little yellow tab at the top of the page telling me that I'm going to have to sign somewhere on this page. Now your borrower simply clicks on the Sign Here tab, and it'll scroll the page down to where their signature will go. And the way they sign is they just simply click on the yellow box and their name or signature will appear. Very simple. Now there are times where there will be some fill in the blanks type of information, such as this one right here. And now this is a VA loan, so it's asking me for my military service years and so on. Some of the things will apply to your borrower, some will not. Now keep in mind that the disclosures or initial disclosures your borrower receives will be customized to their loan. So if it's a VA, they'll get the VA stuff. If it's in an FHA, if it's a conventional and so on, whatever needs to be in there will be in there automatically. So in this example, I'm going to go ahead and input the information of when I served, and then I'm going to go down to where it says initial. I'm going to click in the initial, and my signatures appear, and then I just simply click on the blue continue to next page tab so I can continue with the whole process. Now the most difficult element of this process is what I'm showing you right now. There are some forms that require a wet signature, and a wet signature simply means an ink signature, not digital. Thankfully, very few things require that. The Social Security Administration authorization form is one of them, or the SSA. And so what this means, when your client gets to something like this, they first of all click on the download ink signed documents. It'll open up as PDF. They print them, they go ahead and sign them, and then they go ahead and scan them onto their computer. Or maybe they have an app. I like to use Turbo Scan that turns pictures into PDFs. And so what's going to happen at that point, once they do that, they upload it somehow to their laptop or jump drive or what have you. They browse for that file, whatever they called it. And once they do that, they click on the upload, and once again, they're going to go simply continue along the process. Now here's what I call mine. I hit the browse button. Mine is called the Javier Ink Signed.pdf. So I'm going to select that. I'm going to click on open. It's going to load it up. I'm going to click on the upload, and I'm done. So as you can see on the left hand side, you'll see a lot of the different pages that are required Now, we do give out different booklets in PDF format, and each page is listed as an individual page, so don't get spooked if your borrower tells you that they have 100 pages to sign. No, they will not sign 100 pages, only what's required. Everything else they can scroll. They'll know, because in this example, I know I'm in the booklet, if you would, because there's nothing left on the left-hand side with any type of signatures whatsoever. Now, once they do that, let me back up just a little bit here. Once they sign and initial everywhere, there will be a message in green letters at the top of the screen. In this example, it says, your documents have been submitted for processing. That means that they successfully signed everything, and it has been forwarded right back to the processor to continue the process. Now we can order the appraisal. Now we can order a lot of the things that we cannot do until the initial disclosures came in. Now, sometimes you'll hear that the initial disclosures are not accurate, and that's no big deal, because what happens is that if we don't have the exact purchase amount, if we don't know what the cash out amount is or whatever, it's no big deal. This does not mean that your clients are committing to anything or agreeing to anything specifically, other than just simply letting everybody know that they did receive their disclosures and so on. And then what happens is we will redisclose with any changes, material changes that might have taken place. And then, of course, the loan docs at the end will be the ones that have the final say. So if in case you hear that something is wrong, let your borrowers know that they're not committing to anything, to just simply please go in there and acknowledge, initial, and sign, so that way we can go ahead and get all the other services ordered ASAP. So in this example, again, I did receive that green message at the top of the screen that my documents have been submitted for processing, telling me that I'm good. So I'll just go ahead and at this point log out. Now at this point, your clients also have the opportunity to print out or save a PDF version of every single form that they initialed and all the other forms that came in the packet itself. So if that makes them feel better, which it should, they can go ahead and make sure that they save that in their PDF format somewhere on their hard drive, and they'll be good to go. So once that's done, they will still get yet another email at the end letting them know that they can actually go in here and access a copy of their e-signed disclosure and consent. Now, this is the form that gives permission for the signatures to be considered valid in digital format. Very simple, but very, very important, very crucial to make sure that once you hear, again, that the initial disclosures have gone out, it's a time for you to get on the phone with your borrower and let them know that they need to complete that ASAP. Otherwise, we're going to have headaches and delays, which nobody will be happy at that point. All right, thank you so much. I hope it helped. And again, make sure that you get with your upline if you have any questions, or your trainer, so we can make sure that you're up and running ASAP. Thank you. Have a great day.